you better hold on to your hats and glasses, because we're going to be talking about what could be the wildest movie in the wilderness. Alright, so if you guys haven't heard, and there's a very good chance you haven't heard, they're making a movie about this. Well, this ride at Disney. So Big Thunder Mountain, right? I'll get into a little bit of it, a bit of the lore, if you don't know, later on in the video. Because it has lore, and a surprising amount of it. So yeah, so they're making a movie on it. And this video is going to be talking about it. Because nobody else seems to want to. So I actually decided to make a script. It's 2 pages. So let's just get right into it. So when I was doing research for this, I went to the Wikipedia page to see, just how much actually came out about the movie, see if maybe there was more that people weren't talking about. And actually, this goes back all the way to 2013, because ABC had ordered a pilot for a television series, which was actually supposed to star Ryan Reynolds. I know, and it was ultimately scrapped for unknown reasons. But that's all the Wikipedia page says. So there's actually more, and it's not on the Wikipedia page, but I had found this out when I was doing another video, my last one, and it goes back to a year or 2 earlier, and this might be why they started doing the ABC adaptation. Alright, so the first known attempt is kind of different, and it goes back to the Lone Rangers production back in 2010. So part of the film's pitch was for Big Thunder to be slightly remodeled to feature animatronics and more inspiration from the 2013 film, even including a Frontierland makeover, which would make it not be Frontierland anymore and instead make it Way Station, Texas. Now, if you are like, what the hell is Way Station, Texas? That was what Colby, Texas originally was in the original draft of The Lone Ranger. And so, not only that, there would also be like wanted posters around the park and other elements from the film as well. And while I'm on the topic of Way Station and those changes, I should mention that the film was initially very different. It had a lot more supernatural elements to it, and don't worry, we'll get back to Big Thunder in a second. It was supposed to have, like I said, more supernatural elements, including evil coyotes. It was supposed to have a piano player that was warding off foes like the Wendigo and, again, the evil coyotes. And even a character named Zachary. So, all of which were supposed to be implemented in the park, including, the Lone Ranger and Tonto as well. So, yeah. So, in all of this, eventually was scrapped, especially not only because the film flopped, but because all that was cut from the film. So now, back to modern day, 2022, August 16th, so almost 2 years ago now, we got the news that from Deadline that a film adaptation was on its way from Michelle and Kieran Mulroney, who were set to write the script, and Bert and Bertie were set to direct. And if you don't know who they are, they did Hawkeye, I believe, and Disney already had a pretty good opinion with them, and they were actually really impressed with the pitch from the start. So that sounds really good with their vision of the film. So that gives me confidence. I mean, at first I was like, I don't really want somebody from Marvel working on this, but if they were impressed with their vision, I mean, I guess go ahead. And then also Lucky Chap Entertainment and Scott Free Productions are also co-developing the film, but that's all we know. That's it. That's all we've been given over the past almost 2 years about this. So it might not even be happening anymore. We don't even know. So we're going to talk about speculation now. So alright, so depending on which park you go to, World, Land, or Paris, each Big Thunder Mountain has its own different story, but they all kind of stick to the same, vein. So the prospectors move to either Tumbleweed, Rainbow Ridge, or Thunder Mesa, and again, varying on, which park, during the California Gold Rush, right? And after a series of floods, earthquakes, or tsunamis, it's kind of weird that half of them are water-based, but people start to leave the town, and the spirits of the mountains, like native spirits, start to possess their mine trains, and apparently goats too. So it's safe to say that they'll use some of this pre-established lore in the film. But there's also some more lore that you may not know, and actually, funnily enough, it also has some ties to Marvel, so they might actually use this. This actually originates from the Disney Kingdom's line of comics, which, if you don't know, is a Marvel Comics line, based around, I think, Disney rides, or Disney attractions, or something like that, I don't know. And so I actually am going to directly read from my script here, because I really don't know anything. I don't have any of this memorized. I don't know anything about these comics. I've never read them. I mean, there's 5 entries in the series. I don't know much beyond the synopsis, and yeah, so... in 1878, Abigail Bullion moved to Rainbow Ridge in the Arizona Territory to live with her father, Barnabas T. Bullion. These are already some, I think, pre-established names in the lore. When she arrives, the town is going through a crisis. The mines are growing dangerous, but Bullion and his foreman, George Willikers, don't want the mining to stop. To make matters worse, a gang of bandits have started robbing the town of their gold. Abigail gets stuck in the thick of it when she sneaks out to follow them and discovers the truth of what's going on down there. If she can't talk her father out of his delusions, they'll take a more direct approach. So, yeah. I'm not entirely sure if that's really what I want to happen in the movie, but it does show how much could be done with this concept or this idea for the movie. Because the ride gives us a lot to work with, and the pre-established lore does too, so. But now, kind of to the really important part, what do I want to see out of it? So, I really don't know what I want out of this. Here's what I don't want, is I don't want it to feel like a roller coaster turned into a movie. I don't want it to feel like the new Haunted Mansion did. I want it to feel more like the Lone Ranger did. I want it to feel more grounded, more gritty, more realistic than, fun, I guess. I don't know. I don't want it to feel like a summer blockbuster, in a way. I don't know if I'm making total... I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. But, I wanted to lean into those darker elements and not use so much CGI. And I just wanted to feel historical and really lean into that, I wanted to feel like it was, what the Lone Ranger was supposed to be. Or I guess what I want it to be is I want it to be a train movie, because that's what I feel like it should be. Big Thunder Mountain is a movie, or Big Thunder Mountain is a ride that you're on a train, and that's really what it's all about, and that's what most people get when they go on the ride. They don't know the lore. They just know that they're on a train. And I really hope that we get plenty of it. Plenty of trains in the movie. So, yeah. And I want it to feel real. And I want it to feel like a functioning railroad and a functioning mine. I don't want it to feel artificial, I guess. I guess that's what I want to say, is I don't want it to feel artificial. I want it to feel real. And fleshed out. So, but anyway, that's, I think, gonna do it for this video. Again, we haven't heard anything about it. I don't know when I'm uploading this video. I don't know if I'm uploading it this week for the, what is it, the 12th, or I'm uploading it next week. So I don't know, but I hope we hear something about it at CinemaCon, because Disney hasn't given us anything. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Being covered, and I actually found out that this movie